Yo, what's going on, and welcome back to Legacy of the Duelist. And look at this card. It is so cool looking. Our next deck is going to be an archetype that I had never heard of till like a week ago. And that is Mayakashi's, which is a zombie archetype. There's quite a few different zombie archetypes, and this one uses a lot of synchro, and we're about to start 5Ds, so it's time to synchro like crazy, and that's exactly what this deck does. If you aren't familiar with this deck, it does something called synchro climbing. So you're synchroing a lot in a single turn. But let's look at some of the cards and you can get an idea of how this deck works, and then we will start the 5Ds campaign. So, first of all, the core of this deck is this guy right here, Heijun, the Winged Mayakashi. So what he does is when you normal summon him or special summon him, you can special summon one Mayakashi monster from your deck, except himself. You can only use this effect once per turn, and then you can only special summon Mayakashis from your extra deck. Which isn't a problem because our extra deck is 13 Mayakashis and 2 random link monsters. So what are we doing with this guy? Well, once we get this guy onto the field, we are immediately going for our tuner, Daki, the graceful Mayakashi. And whenever a Mayakashi monster is special summoned to the field from the extra deck, while this card is in the graveyard, you can special summon this card. This works when you synchro summon using her. So you summon Heijun at any point, special summon her from the deck, because that's what his effect does. Immediately go into your level 3, because it's a level 2 and a level 1. You got this guy out, and she immediately pops back onto the field with her own effect. And all of these synchros are designed to be climbed. So you got a level 3 synchro with level 2 tuner, you make this level 5 synchro. Got a level 5 synchro with level 2 tuner, you make this level 7 synchro. Then you make this level 9 synchro. Then you make this level 11 synchro. And that's where we finish with the synchro summoning. We do have a link monster because she will summon herself one more time. So then you could link the level 11 and the level Daki, and then Daki will come back to the field again, but you won't have anything to synchro her with because link monsters don't have a level. But if you have any combo extenders, such as a Monster Reborn, you can Monster Reborn, pick up Heijun again, and restart the whole cycle. So this deck we run 2 of every synchro, because once we have this card out, if we can extend the combo, then we run through the entire gambit one more time, and we end up in one turn with our link monster and this level 11 guy. We'll get into their effects in a second because they work very nicely off of each other. Other than that, our Mayakashi monsters, we have this guy right here. If he's normal summoned or special summoned, you can target one Mayakashi in your graveyard and special summon it, but its effects are negated. So he can also be used as a combo extender, although he probably is going to be being normal summoned, so you definitely can't normal summon twice in the same turn. He's just kind of useful for getting a monster back out on the field. Obviously, if you have him and Daki in the graveyard, you could special summon Daki and use them for a level 5 synchro, and then you could synchro climb starting at level 5 instead of level 3, because Daki will get her effect back once she's in the graveyard, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it does. And then we also have we also have Yasha, which is just another Mayakashi monster. I kind of didn't have other great cards to put in, but he's just one of those high-level monsters that you can discard a Mayakashi and special summon him. Obviously, if we have just junk filling up our hand. We can summon him. He's a big, strong monster, plus he's level 5. If we have a Daki in him, we can start Synchro climbing at 7 this time. And here, Tsukahagi, the poisonous Mayakashi. So if he is destroyed by battle or by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon... You can special summon this guy when a Mayakashi you have on the field is destroyed. There we go. He's also a tuner. He's also level 2, so he accomplishes much the same thing that Daki does, except he doesn't summon himself over and over and over. He can only do it once. So, what else do we have going in this deck? And my throat is just killing me. Are we good? Maybe. Okay. So we also have Snow. We're familiar with Snow from our Shadal deck. She'll probably be put in the graveyard at some point. We have a few ways to put her in the graveyard, using like Foolish Burial or something, or one of our discard effects like this. Well, I guess this guy has to discard a Mayakashi, so ignore that. But if we can get her into the graveyard, then we can use her effect to OTK because it's a quick effect like we've mentioned. We're running 2 different Ghost Girls, Ash Blossom, and Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion. Just stuff to negate. They're also tuners, but we probably won't ever use them for that purpose. The big monster in here is Orbital Hydralander. So if you'll note, Hyjun over here makes it so you can only special summon Mayakashis from the extra deck. But it doesn't say anything about special summoning from your hand. So Orbital Hydralander, if we have 5 monsters in our graveyard and none of them have the same name, summon him to the field. Imagine if we summon Hyjun, Daki, start synchroing each of these synchro monsters, we send 1 of each into the graveyard. That's 5 different monsters in the graveyard, special summon him to the field. If we have multiple, we special summon multiple to the field. Also, we have a few Shiranui cards here. We have this guy who you can banish a zombie monster from your graveyard. We're going to have a lot of zombies in our graveyard because these are all zombies. And he can gain attack. He also does something if he gets banished. If he gets banished, you could target 1 Shiranui in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Aren't we supposed to have another? I feel like I forgot about one. We're supposed to have a Spirit Master. Yeah, where's he at? Hold on. So if we search, there's supposed to be another card in this deck. Where's he at? Right here. Don't we have one? I'm scanning the deck. We did not have one. What the heck? Okay, so this guy, we were supposed to have one, which I suppose that means I can get rid of one of these, because just taking up extra space. But what he does is you can special summon 1 Shiranui monster from your hand or graveyard when he's summoned. He also, if this card is banished, you could target 1 of your opponent's monster and destroy it. So he's just useful for getting more monsters onto the field. I'm not that familiar with his effect because I haven't really used him, but that's okay. Shiranui Solitaire is really important in this deck because you can tribute a zombie monster. He's a zombie monster, so you can tribute himself, and you can special summon 1 tuner with 0 defense from your deck. Lots of zombies have 0 defense, as you can see. Not Heijun. Our tuner right here, Daki, has 0 defense, so we can summon her. I don't think he can summon himself. No, because he's not a tuner. But we can summon Daki, and that's the only one that matters. And then we can start our whole combo from there. As far as spells go, I didn't have 2 of this card. This card is target a monster in your graveyard, special summon it to your zone, a link monster points to. So once we have our link monster out, we can very easily use this kind of like a monster reborn. But since I didn't have multiple of those, I also used Book of Life, which is specific to zombies and works fine in this deck as long as your opponent has taken a turn and has something in the graveyard. Then you can special summon a zombie and banish a target from your opponent's graveyard. Obviously, we can Foolish Burial to extend our combos and such by putting a lot of the Shiranuis in there and then banishing them or something, just whatever we need to do. Mayakashi Return is pretty much our searcher for the Mayakashis. If we don't open a Heijun, but we have Mayakashi Return, then we just swap it out for a Heijun and start our whole combo. Again, 1 for 1, gonna do pretty much the same thing, just special summon Heijun, he's level 1 from the deck, and we'll start our combo. Soul Charge is one of our combo extenders. Back to the front, another combo extender. Call the Haunted, a combo extender. You can see where this is going. Mayakashi Metamorphosis, you can summon from the graveyard or the banish pile. So if we do end up banishing stuff for snow, then we can actually make use of this from our banish pile. And do we have to do, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this. Fair enough. But we also have to discard a card for this one. This one, I'm just running 1 because it's not going to be used that often, but it could end up saving a duel that might be more difficult. And finally, we have another Shiranui card, but it just works with zombies. So we could tribute 1 zombie monster and then target 2 cards on the field and destroy them. And then we can banish a Shiranui from our deck. So we can make use of these banish effects. If this guy gets banished, we already talked about that, we can add a Shiranui from our deck to our hand. Does this guy do anything if he gets banished? You can target one of your banished Shiranui monsters, except himself, or up to 2 instead of Shiranui style synthesis on the field, special summon them. What am I? Oh, you just special summon a Shiranui. That's fine. We could probably, we can't special, if we special summon him, that doesn't help us too much. I'm just like, these Shiranui monsters, I only knew what Solitaire's first effect is. I didn't even realize what some of these banish effects are. And then just basic zombie monsters that you see in a lot of zombie decks, vampire decks, are Mizuki over here. You can banish this card from your graveyard. So if he gets sent there somehow, we could Foolish Burial him. Then we can target 1 zombie in our graveyard and special summon it. So we could use this guy as a combo extender as well. Foolish Burial him, get back Heijun, and restart our combo. Kazuki over here, during your main phase, you can send 1 zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish 1 zombie from your graveyard, except Kazuki, and special summon a zombie monster from your hand. Just another combo extender. So I think that's about it. Orbital Hydrolander also has the effect that you can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard and destroy 1 card on the field. You have to have 2 monsters in your graveyard, so if we special summoned him, he definitely we have 2 monsters in our graveyard. And once we start to put monsters of the same name in the graveyard, then we can no longer use that effect. So we're really, the second we summon Orbital Hydrolander, we're trying to OTK that turn, because we're going to use his effect to pop something, but after that we're probably not going to be making use of that effect anymore. So let's look at our extra deck real quick. I don't know what all of these do, but they have 2 effects each, and they all special summon if the one above it dies. So if a Synchro monster in your possession whose original level is 5 is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect while this card is in the graveyard, you can banish 1 other zombie monster from your graveyard, and if you do, special summon this card. So since you Synchro summoned, you're probably going to have another zombie monster like Heijun in your graveyard, and if your level 5 dies, then you automatically get to summon your level 3. And he is going to have his own effect down here as well. If this card, they all have the ability to special summon if the one above it dies, and then when they're special summoned from specifically the graveyard, they have a new effect. If this card is special summoned from the graveyard, you can activate this effect this turn. Your monsters cannot be destroyed by battle, which is a pretty good effect, especially if you're trying to crash stuff into each other. The level 5, he is going to do the same thing, where if the level 7 dies, he will summon himself as long as you banish 1 other zombie. And then if he is special summoned from the graveyard, you can have each player send the top 3 cards of their deck to the graveyard. That's just kind of meh, but he's pretty strong, so. Then our level 7 will do the same thing. Level 9 dies, he can special summon himself. When he does that, you can destroy 1 spell or trap your opponent controls. So that's pretty strong if you think that their backline might be a threat. You could also Orbital Hydrolander. I believe you can pop your own cards. Yeah, destroy 1 card on the field. If you stop at, say, 9, and then pop your 9, summon this guy, then you can pop their backline. Our 9 will summon if our 11 dies, and he can destroy 1 monster your opponent controls. And our 11 will actually summon if our Link monster dies. And when he is special summoned from the graveyard, he is unaffected by other card effects. And he is massive. He's a 3300 attack. So you're probably going to go for game once you have this guy on the field with an Orbital Hydrolander or something like that. And if he is protected, then you're not going to have to worry about backline as much, while some of these other cards can be used as utility to pop the backline. And then our Yugioh, the Ice Mayakashi. What exactly does she do again? So if you have another Synchro monster that this is pointing to, she can't be targeted for attacks. And when a Synchro monster is destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect while this card is on the field, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field and its attack and defense become half until the end phase. So I guess if you do end up crashing something, then you can also cut something else's attack in half, and that can be quite useful for finishing the game in 1 turn, which is what I think this deck heavily relies on. Then we've seen these before. We got Nightmare Phoenix to pop a backline, discard a card, and Proxy Dragon. We can kind of just extend where our field of extra deck monsters can be with his 2 arrows because his point to the side. So they're generally pretty good. But that is the concept behind this deck. It's a 42 card deck because the one that I found used a 42 card deck. And I was like, sure, fine. So I kind of filled in some cards, mainly these 2 and a Book of Life, to make a pretty similar deck to what he had. But I think it will work about the same. It's pretty consistent, and it synchros a whole lot. So it'll be perfect for the start of 5Ds here. Oh, I am a little bit into this campaign. I gotta remember that, because I was unlocking all of the packs for 5Ds so I could make more decks. Actually, I had to unlock the Jack Atlas pack to make this deck specifically. If we start here, we'll start with the tutorial, but now loading 5D's history. Duelists young and old, professional and amateur alike, it's the moment you've been waiting for. Welcome to New Domino City, home of turbo dueling. Turbo duels are a new form of dueling that takes place on motorcycles called duel runners. However, our story does not begin in New Domino City. We join our hero Yusei Fudo in the poorer outskirts known as Satellite. Yusei was wronged by the undefeated turbo dueling champion Jack Atlas. The 2 were once friends, but Jack stole Yusei's most prized possessions, the Stardust Dragon card and his custom duel runner. Jack left the Satellite and became the turbo dueling champion for New Domino City. Yusei wanted to confront Jack, but unfortunately Sector Security kept getting in his way. Yusei's friend Rowley found a Skylon 30 acceleration chip. Of course, I love those. Yusei needed this chip badly for the new duel runner he was building. Yusei, hey Yusei, check this out. It's a Skylon 30 acceleration chip. Aren't those incredibly expensive? Don't tell me you stole this. I didn't steal nothing. It was just laying on the ground in broad daylight. Okay, thanks. This is just what I needed. I knew you'd like it. Will it make your duel runner faster? Absolutely. Unfortunately, Sector Security tracked Rally and quickly closed in on Yusei and his friends. So it was up to Yusei to confront Sector Security and get his friends out of trouble. I knew I should have locked you up when you were a kid. Looks like I finally get my wish. Are you going to make this easy and come quietly? I will, if you can beat me. You got yourself a deal, fool. So this is going to be the tutorial, obviously. Nothing exciting. Synchro summoning, synchro monsters. They have white frames. Like fusion monsters, they're in the extra deck. You need a tuner and one or more non-tuner monsters. A tuner monster has tuner in the monster type. All other monsters are non-tuners. To synchro summon a synchro monster, you need at least one tuner and one or more non-tuners on the field. As synchro material, the combined level of the monsters used must be equal to the level of synchro monster you want to summon. Take note that a monster must be face up to use it as a synchro material. In the main phase, send the synchro material to the graveyard to special summon the synchro monster from your extra deck. This is synchro summon, but you always need a tuner to synchro summon. Alright, fair enough. So, what are they gonna have us do? We'll just blow through this real quick. Set Speed Warrior in defense. I think we're gonna protect Speed Warrior with Magical Cylinder. And then we will pass turn. Oh, he's just gonna turn one Montage Dragon? Alright, fair enough. We will activate this Magical Cylinder, negate his attack. He'll take 3,300 damage. Then he'll end his turn, and now we can start synchro summoning. So we need synchro material in order. Let's special summon the Tricky. So we've used the Tricky before. They want us to get rid of that Nitro Synchron. And now we need to flip our card because they have to be face up for us to synchro summon. And then we will summon Junk Synchron because he will also be able to summon a level 2 from our graveyard with his effect. So now we have 2 tuners and 2 non-tuners on the field. So we can synchro summon twice. Junk Warrior will be our first one. We will be using Junk Synchron and Speed Warrior. Classic Yusei move. Does this literally every single duel. And now we want to synchro again, apparently. We'll use up Junk Warrior to summon, what's this card called? Nitro Warrior. Oh hey, how convenient that we drew a Monster Reborn. They want us to get Junk Warrior back. And that seems like he's not going to be able to survive this turn. Wait, how did this guy do that? This card gains 1,000 attack during the attack involving this card. Okay. I was like, how'd he get over that card? Go, Tricky, finish him. Ah! There goes my promotion. Guess I'm going back to a dual running meter maid. Alright, let's get to some real dueling now. Yusei escaped Trudge and the other sector security forces, making his way into New Domino City. There, he came face to face with his rival, Jack Atlas. Jack had stolen Yusei's ace card, Stardust Dragon. Using Stardust Dragon, Jack was able to escape Satellite and establish himself as the undefeated turbo dueling champion of New Domino City. Welcome to the Kaiba Dome. This dual dome is impressive, isn't it? Television just doesn't do it justice. Now imagine it filled with thousands of adoring fans chanting your name and cheering you on, but that's something you're never going to experience, Yusei. Because after this duel, the only people cheering you on will be your loser friends back in the Satellite, and that's if they don't all turn their backs on you once you return without their Stardust Dragon. Huh? You're going to regret ever coming here, because I'm going to beat you with your own card. Nope, don't do story deck. Alright, so let's see if we can pull off this combo. The combo does take a while. We'll go second. I think this deck does better second. Last time we played Jinzo, I thought Jinzo did better if he went first. But I feel like this deck likes to go second. So how are we going to do this here? Medium Piece Golem. None of these cards are giving us what we want. Nope. You can send one zombie from your deck to the graveyard. This card is that you can target one Mayakashi in your graveyard. So we probably want to... What I think we want to do is we want to go for Gozuki, because he's going to allow us to summon Daki, or put Daki in the graveyard. So let's do that. We'll activate his effect. We don't want to blow him up. That would be a bad idea. We'll put Daki in the graveyard. Now, unfortunately, this turn we're not going to be able to do a whole lot, because we weren't able to summon Heijun first turn. But that's fine, because next turn we are pretty much guaranteed to have our combo pop off. Excuse me. If you could stop summoning golems of varying sizes, that would be great. So we can do this again, but I don't think that's a good idea quite yet. We could target one Mayakashi in our graveyard and special summon it. I hope that this does not negate her effects in the future, but I suppose we'll find out. So Daki comes to the field. This is where it starts to get tedious, but let's do it. So we will now Synchro summon. We can actually go for the level 9, but that would be dumb, because we have an orbital Hydrolander, so we want a whole bunch of different cards in the graveyard. So we'll summon, what's this guy's name? Tsuchigumo? It's gonna be an exciting trip trying to pronounce all these guys. What do we have next? I think the next one's actually easy. It's Tengu, the winged Mayakashi. I think the next one after this is also not that difficult. I think we're probably just gonna OTK Jack Atlas here. It's not looking good for him, I'll tell you that much. And then we can summon Yugioh, the graceful Mayakashi. And then Daki will come back again. I imagine that playing this deck in real life would be a little bit more fun, because you wouldn't have to click yes on Daki's effect every single time. You could just be like, I'm gonna synchro climb through all of these, you cool with that? And just do them like real quick without having all these prompts and stuff. Alright, so now our combo is complete. Do we have any extenders? I don't think so. We should send something with Gozuki. See if we can send, I don't remember if we have some extender that we can send to the graveyard. What happens with you? If you're normal summoned? No, that doesn't help me. Solitaire, you can target one if this card is banished. No, that doesn't help me. No. Wait, what about Mizuki here? You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one zombie monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. Here we go. This is how we're going to extend our combo. So let's put Mizuki in the graveyard. Now we will be able to special summon Orbital Hydrolander, because we have 5 cards with different names. I like to put him off to the side because he's not going to interact with our extra deck monsters at all. Then we will activate Hydralander's effect while we still can. We did actually put snow into the graveyard, so we can definitely OTK this turn. Now, if we summon again, we should be able to activate, yeah, we can activate Snow or we can activate Mizuki. Let's go with our Link Summon play. Boop, boop. And again, Yugioh counts as an extra deck monster, so Daki's effect will go off again. We're not going to chain it with anything. And does Gozuki have any limitations, or can he just summon any zombie monster? He can just summon any zombie monster. So we can use him. We could just go straight Yoka. We could either do the whole Synchro climb again, which I don't think is necessary. We could just put this guy onto the field. No, it's okay. And we will put it in the slot that Yuki points to. And yeah, we'll make him untargetable by card effects. But we also have Snow in the graveyard. Fine, we'll activate Snow because otherwise it's gonna keep asking us. Banish one of our Ash Blossoms, one of these guys, second Ash Blossom. You didn't hear that. What else? Not stuff from the field. That would be bad. We don't need you. Don't need you or you. And then we will summon Snow to the field as well. And you can see how this turn is quite formidable because we have a completely full field of zombie monsters waiting to absolutely annihilate Jack Atlas. And we have a lot of damage on the field. Like, he had 7,900 health. We did 2,950 over, and we had another 1,900. So we had an extra 3,800. No, we had an extra 4,800 damage. Yusei and Jack's duel had summoned forth a massive flaming dragon. Everyone seemed shocked except for one man, Rex Goodwin, the head of Sector Security. What is that? Is that a dragon? What kind of trick is this, Yusei? The mighty beast has emerged from its slumber. What's happening to my body? I've never seen this glowing mark on my arm before. What? I'm not the only one with a mark? So you know what this is, Jack? You don't, do you? Oh no, he said you do, don't you? Jack, say something. What's going on? You are in violation of Code 36B, which states that no residents of the satellite might enter Neo Domino City. By order of Social Maintenance Department, we are placing you under arrest. Do not try to run. We have you surrounded. Oh man, I got no escape, and even if I did manage to get away, I still don't know what this mark on my arm was. Hey, we gotta start this dragon. Alright, let's continue. After his capture by Sector Security at Kaiba Dome, Yusei was sent to court for sentencing. Yusei was marked with the tracking die on his left cheek and put on a bus bound for prison known as the Facility. Yusei was placed into a cell with another inmate named Tenzin Yanagi. I don't remember that guy. Is that the old guy? And the two immediately became friends. It is the old guy. Ah, great to be back. You're so much nicer than my last roommate. What's a guy like you doing here? Me? It's because I collect cards. Everybody does that. But mine are illegal. Magical relics from ancient civilizations. That sounds pretty cool. Wish I could see some. Ta-da! I've been stuck here so many times that I've learned how to sneak in my entire deck past the cards. It is a good thing I did. Why? We're not allowed to duel in prison. You got a lot to learn, Sonny. Dueling is the only way to stay safe, and you'll learn that lesson soon enough. As long as we got these cards, we're set. In the facility, it was illegal to carry decks and duel. However, that didn't stop the prisoners from sneaking their decks in and dueling for respect. See, this is way better than real prison. Like, they're still doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing, but at least it's, like, cool. Yusei and Tenzin were quickly confronted by an ex-dueling champion named Bolt Tanner. Much to the amusement of the other inmates, Yusei borrowed Tenzin's treasure deck in order to accept Tanner's challenge. Say hello to my duel stadium, newbie. Now, let me tell you how things work around here. First day in, everybody duels. You duel good, you get respect. But don't get no ideas because I'm the best. Prove it, Tanner. Duel you against that worthless treasure deck? Oh, please, I want a challenge. I don't know why he's southern. He just is. Get over it. And you'll get one. You said we duel here for respect. I think it's time you learn what that really means. You weren't expecting a fully fledged Synchro deck. That's a rock. Darn. At least we get to get a second, I suppose. Alright, so what's our hand looking like? Not great. That could become a problem. I don't know what these fire formation cards do. What the heck, man? That's not cool at all. Okay, never mind. We got a turn 1 combo. So, like I said, there's a lot of there's a lot of cards in this deck to start your combo. Shiranui Solitaire is one. Wait, that was a mistake. Was it a mistake? Special summon 1 zombie tuner. Yeah, that was probably a mistake. Because I don't have a monster to tune it with. You see? My problem here? Can't back out of that now. Unfortunately, this deck is also supposed to have Unizombie in it, and I do not have any of those yet. I think Unizombie would have worked here better. But I suppose we can get Daki onto the field at least. Really, what I should have put is I should have put that guy down. Because I could summon another Solitaire. Tribute 1 zombie, then target 2 cards on the field, destroy them, banish 1 Shiranui monster from your deck. What does the banishing do again? This card is banished. You can target 1 of your banished Shiranui monsters and special summon them. That doesn't really help me. We'll probably be doing like Spirit Master or something. So I guess we'll just stop there and see what he does. I think we could still win this duel pretty easily. I'm not too concerned. We'll wait for him to summon stuff. Inflict the different. Okay, so he does piercing. I don't really care. I'm just gonna blow up both of his cards and then he's gonna be a sad boy. Activate Shiranui style Swallow Slash. Tribute Daki. Crush both of your monsters. That'll also get rid of that equip card. And so if we banish this guy, what does he do? We target 1 face-up monster your face-up card your opponent controls, destroy it. We could do that. If this card is banished, you can target 1 Shiranui monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. We should probably do this, because then we can get another Shiranui Solitaire. Yes, please. We could have also blown up that fire formation. And you can see, because I waited for him to summon his monster before I did anything, now his entire turn is useless because he used his normal summon already. So that's why you want to do stuff like that. So we have a combo extender, we have Sheifu, we have Daki in the graveyard. Everything is dandy. So we will do the same thing we did last time. And we didn't even get to use Heijun in either of these duels yet. He's like the bread and butter of this deck. Hopefully we'll get to use him at some point. So we'll start off with this dude. And we'll go through the entire gambit once again. Tsuchigumo, the poisonous Mayakashi. If you notice, all the Mayakashis, they have a synchro version and a non-synchro version. So Daki, the graceful Mayakashi. There's also Yugioh, the graceful Mayakashi, which is the level 9. Tsukahagi, the poisonous Mayakashi. We also have Tsuchigumo, the poisonous Mayakashi. They all got something that is, I guess, the opposite of them. I don't know why, because I don't know the lore behind the deck, but either way, it seems cool. Tengu, the winged Mayakashi. We got Heijun, the winged Mayakashi as well. I think both of the graceful Mayakashis look the best, though. Like Yugioh and Daki just look so good. So we will go through all of these. And can we OTK this turn? We can probably, because we have Orbital Hydrolander. And we have our combo extender in Monster Reborn. We could also combo extender with Shiranui Solitaire, because we could summon him to the field, tribute him to summon... No, that wouldn't work. What am I talking about? It would not work whatsoever. Alright, so now our combo is pretty much done. We'll summon Yuka, and then we will Monster Reborn big dude. What's this guy's name? Gashado Koro. Gashado Kuro? I don't know. Something along those lines. And now we should have plenty of monsters for Orbital Hydrolander. We'll summon Daki back. This time we don't want to put Daki at one of the arrow spots. Summon Orbital Hydrolander. Does this card do anything to stop me? What? No, don't do that. Wait, is it only... No, it's a quick effect, so I can do it whenever. So this does nothing, but I might as well just blow it up. Just cuz. And then we can't normal summon this turn. We can Monster Reborn though, extend our combo. And Gashado Koro. I have no idea if that's even remotely correct. Yeah, activate your effect, that's fine. Is this OTK? Yeah, that's plenty of damage. Gashado Kuro, the skeletal Mayakashi. Orbital Hydrolander. And then Yugioh, the Ice Mayakashi. Victory! Another solid OTK right there. I used to be a pro, but I never dueled anyone quite like you. You're good. You got a name, newbie? Oh, he's not Southern anymore, or whatever he was before. It's Yusei. My time in the spotlight is long gone, but I want to do everything I can to get you to the world of the pros. What do you say? You interested? Very. But we got Jirai Gumo. It's kind of like Tsuchigumo. I don't know what Gumo means, but I'm sure it means something. Either way, I think that is going to be the end for this one. Next time we got this lockdown duel against the prison guard. But hopefully you like the Mayakashis. We'll keep playing the Mayakashis a little bit because I think there's still more to show off with them. We kind of got like off combos that weren't that great, and I didn't get like our just turn one absolute pop off, which is what I'm hoping for. But hopefully you like the Mayakashi deck. I think some of the cards look really cool, specifically the two graceful Mayakashis. If I had some real copies of those cards, I'd be pretty happy. So either way, hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I will see you next time.